According to this call, number 2027-3993, in the interest of Jameer Prince Henry. All parties, please unmute yourselves. Henry and Ms. Williams. Okay. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name is Brandy Williams. I'm the mother.
Sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Brandy
I'm Jabbar.
Williams.
Sir, your name.
I'm Jabbar Henry, and I'm presumed dead.
And for the state.
Good morning, Your Honor. Angela Jeffries for the Office of the Attorney General.
All right, what are we doing today?
Yes, Your Honor, this is an original suit affecting the parent-child relationship. There's an acknowledgement of paternity signed. Mr. Henry wants to challenge the acknowledgement of paternity. The state objects to that child.
All right, Mr. Henry, you signed an acknowledgement of paternity. Why, now you think you're not the father?
No, sir. I do not think I am. I know for a fact I'm not.
Oh, Miss Williams, is there any possibility that he's not the father?
No.
So if we have a DNA test, then he'll know he's the father, and you won't have to hear about it anymore, right?
Correct.
It's not going to affect the child support because it'll just start stacking up. Uh, uh, so I'm going to go ahead and grant the challenge to the AOP and order DNA testing. What is the reset date? August,
It's actually September 13th of
September
2021, Your Honor.
13th.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we're going to grant DNA testing. We're going to reset this matter to September 13th, 2021. Father says he knows for a fact he's not the father. DNA testing will prove that, right, Mr. Henry?
Yes, sir.
All right.
May we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you're excused.
All right, Mr. Henry and Ms. Williams, if you did not sign that DNA order, you need to log back into the other Zoom and sign that. So hang up from here and log back into the other one for me.
Okay.
All right, now we're on the Barnum case, cause number 2020-64197 in the interest of Carter Barnum. All parties, please raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Morgan Dodd. I'm his mother.
All right, and for the state?
Vita Sharma for the state, Your Honor.
All right, and mother's present telephonically or video?
Ms. Dodd, are you able to turn the camera on your computer or phone?
No, ma'am.
You can't turn the camera on?
It's
The
not
video on?
working. It's not working at the moment. You wouldn't be able to see me.
All right, the mother then is present telephonically. Court will note that the non-custodial parent, Stephen Elwood Hogan, is not present. He was served on January 28, 2021 at 9:15 a.m. at 129 Hogle Street, Parker County Jail in Weatherford, Parker County, Texas. He's not filed an answer. Is that correct, Ms. Sharma?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, we'll proceed by default.
Your Honor, the state would like to call Bridget Netherly.
All right.
Ms. Netherly, please state your full name for the court.
Bridget Netherly.
And where are you employed?
I'm employed with the Attorney General Child Support Division. I'm a child support officer.
Yes, ma'am. And what is the nature of your responsibilities and duties as a child support officer?
To review income and set child support based on income.
Have you received any special training to calculate child support in compliance with the Texas Family Code?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you calculated child support in this matter?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
What are your calculations?
Okay, I did call NCP employer and I spoke to her. She stated that he's making $13 an hour and he gets paid weekly.
Okay, and who is the employer?
He works for Armor Plumbing, and the woman I spoke to was Miss Crystal.
And she worked in which department?
She's one of the owners. Her and her husband own the company.
Okay. And do they pay him monthly or weekly?
Weekly.
Weekly, okay. And have you calculated child support for this particular case?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Can you share your calculations with the court, please?
Yes, ma'am. His monthly income based on his income is $2,253 per month. And they withheld taxes, which makes his net resources at 1852.37, calculated at 20%, and that came out to $370 per month.
Okay. Thank you. Pass this witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Dodd, do you have any questions for Ms. Netherly?
No, sir.
All right. Can we excuse Ms. Netherly?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're excused, Ms. Netherly. Thank you.
Y'all have a good day.
Mhm.
Your Honor, the state would like to call Morgan Dodd.
All right.
Ms. Dodd, how old is your child?
He'll be 2 in October.
Okay, and what's his name?
Carter Barnum.
Okay, are you asking the court to appoint you and the father as joint managing conservators?
Yes.
And you're asking the court to not put any restrictions to keep restrictions to Harris and surrounding counties as far as the residence for the child?
Yes.
Do you know if Mr. Hogan has any other children that he provides support to or that live with him?
No, he does not.
And are you asking the court to order the $370 in child support?
Yes.
Are you asking the court to order $100 a month in medical support?
Yes.
Are you asking the court to order retro child support in the amount of $2,640?
Yes.
Are you,
Ms. Dodd, I noticed that Mr. Hogan was served in Parker County Jail. How long was he in jail?
Oh, I couldn't give you an exact time, to be honest with you.
You don't know.
No, he was bailed out, so I honestly don't know.
Okay. You think it was more than 90 days or less, or do you have any idea?
Definitely less.
Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Sherman.
thank you, Your Honor. And are you asking the court to order Mr. Hogan pay $60 a month toward back child support?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to order court costs to be billed to Mr. Hogan?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. I pass this witness.
All right. The court will approve the order submitted. Thank you.
Thank you. May we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kavita. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think I'm in, right? You can hear me?
You're in. Ms. Dodd, I believe
Yes.
you can did you sign the order already? If you signed the order already, I believe you're free to go.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. This is Howell, Your Honor.
Okay. I need to pull up the case.
No problem.
Okay, this is cause number 2020-59985 in the interest of Asher Howell. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Yes, I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name is Ashley Renee Henniger. I'm the mother of Asher Austin Howell.
All right, and for the state?
Sharday Parker, Your Honor.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Lemuel Austin Howell. Mr. Howell was personally served at looks like 3:45 p.m. on February 22nd at 4726 FM 639 North Frost in Navarro County, Texas. He's not filed an answer. Is that correct,
Yeah,
Ms.
yeah,
Parker?
yes, Your
All
Honor.
right, and he was given further notice of this Zoom hearing by a certified mail return receipt requested, which was delivered June 19th, 2021. He's not checked in, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
We'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state would like to call Ashley Henniger. Ms. Henniger, what is your full name?
Ashley Renee Henniger.
Who is Asher Austin Howell?
That's my 3-year-old son.
What is his birth date?
3/29/18.
Who is his father?
Lemuel Austin Howell.
And how do you know that Lemuel Howell is his father?
He signed his birth certificate. We were together for a year during the pregnancy, and pretty much got pregnant as soon as I got with him. But he is his father. He signed the birth certificate and acted as if he were the father for the first year.
And there's no possibility that anyone else could be the father.
No.
And when Asher was delivered, do you recall Mr. Howell signing the acknowledgement of paternity?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're asking this court to establish a parent-child relationship between Asher Howell and Lemuel Howell?
Yes, ma'am.
And when did you and Mr. Howell separate?
Around his first birthday, which would be in March 2019.
And since you and Mr. Howell separated in March 2019, has he provided any type of financial assistance for Asher?
No, ma'am.
And how often does he contact you regarding Asher's general welfare?
Due to the protective order that I have filed against him for abuse and putting my son's life in danger and my daughter's life in danger, I currently do not have any contact with him on a constant basis. I was contacted by his family when his sister passed away. I did join the family to go to the services.
Okay, and is that protective order, is it still current to your knowledge?
It has expired.
Okay, and who makes the day-to-day decisions regarding Asher?
I do.
And who brings him to dental and doctors and therapy appointments?
Only me.
And
never went.
Okay, and in your experience with Mr. Howell, can he put Asher's well-being first when making parenting decisions?
No, ma'am. He puts unfortunately, his self before his children, as he has done with his previous 3 children. He just, went in for rehab for an 8-month stint, only stayed 5 months. Is currently still using. He is not fit to see the day-to-day of a disabled child as well. Asher is autistic, only says about 20 to 30 words, and is 3 years old, communicates primarily through sign language, which Mr. Howell does not know any of his day-to-day communication styles or behavioral issues and how to parent and control those situations in a safe manner especially if you're not sober. Um,
So the answer is no, correct, ma'am?
let's say no.
Okay.
He cannot. He cannot.
All right.
Okay. And you're requesting that this court name you as the sole managing conservator and him as the possessory conservator of the child, correct?
Correct.
And you're also requesting that you be named the managing conservator with the right to designate the primary residence without a regard to a geographic restriction, correct?
Correct.
What county does Mr. Howell currently live in?
Navarro.
Okay. And you're also requesting that he receive no visitation, correct?
Correct.
And I know you just talked about it a little bit, and I will see. Judge, do you want her to? I mean, I know she said a lot of stuff when she answered the last question. Do you want her to go into that some more for this question, or?
Yeah, I want to know why you don't want the father to be able to visit his children. His child, I'm sorry.
He, in the past, has displayed poor judgment in putting my son in harm's way.
And how did he do that?
He has taken my baby from my arms and ran down the highway with him. He has strapped my baby up to his chest and went on drug deals without my knowledge, walking out the front door, buying drugs with my baby strapped to his chest. I caught him before he could get there.
And to your knowledge, he's still currently using drugs.
Yes.
And you testified earlier that he recently got out of rehab, correct?
He was supposed to be there 8 months. He stayed about 5. And he's still on them currently.
Okay, and are you aware of, you did say that he has other children. Are you aware of the status of his relationship or anything with those other children?
I am. He has offered visitations through CPS with his 2 daughters, which for part of that time I was with him and would offer to drive him since he's epileptic and cannot drive, or just not supposed to drive. He chose not to participate in those visits because it would make him too sad. So. And with his son, he has not even attempted to contact the mother, and the son is about 15 now.
Okay, you did testify that your child is autistic, correct?
Correct.
And right now he's currently nonverbal for the most part.
Yes, for the most part.
And he does have behavioral issues associated with that autism, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're also, and is there private health or dental insurance available to you at a reasonable cost for Asher?
Not currently, no.
And to your knowledge, does Mr. Howell have private health or dental insurance available to him for Asher?
From my understanding, he is on a couch on his dad's couch surfing. Probably going to be homeless again within the next week or 2.
Okay, but your child is currently right now covered with health insurance, correct?
Yes. Oh, yes, ma'am. I wouldn't be able to afford his treatments without Medicaid.
Okay. And you're asking this court to order cash medical support in the amount of $56 beginning July 1st, 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
You're also asking this court to order child support in the amount of $268 beginning on July 1st, 2021, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're also requesting retroactive child support in the amount of $2,110 to be paid back at $82 per month beginning on July 1st, 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
And thank you. And that's from the period where you guys separated, so March of 2019 through the present, correct?
Correct.
And you're asking that he be responsible for 50% of all uncovered healthcare expenses.
Yes, ma'am.
And what are your safety concerns with your address or phone number being listed in this order?
Unfortunately, he knows where I am, but if I were to move in the future, I would not want him. He is known to stalk, and he has threatened to, unfortunately, come up behind me and harm me in some way to take the baby out of the car while I'm trying to load the baby into the car seat. And that's been a personal threat from his mouth.
And has he also has he robbed your home previously?
Yes, he has.
And you did have a protective order against him, correct?
At that time, I did. Mm-hmm.
And what exactly was the incident for that? Like, what caused you to want to get that protective order?
Physical abuse.
And what type of physical abuse?
I have bruises from my neck. He never punched me in the face, grabbed me around my neck, grabbed me in the arms, pulling me away from the baby, pushing me down. He never hit the face, but there were bruises. The cops took pictures. I put him in jail for it.
Okay. And you believe if he was to have access to your phone, if you were to move your phone number or your address, that you or your children could come to undue harm and harassment from him, correct?
100% on God, he would.
And you're also requesting that he be responsible for all court costs as billed, correct?
Correct.
And you believe that this order is in the best interest of your child, correct?
Absolutely.
And you're requesting that the court grant this default judgment.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I have no further questions for her. My questions are for Mr. Barrera. The state calls Arnaldo Barrera. Mr. Barrera, where are you currently employed?
The Office of the Attorney General.
And what is your job title?
Child Support Officer.
And what is the nature and your responsibilities and duties as a child support officer?
Conduct investigations on calculating child support and retroactive child support.
And okay, have you received any training on how to calculate, any special training on how to calculate child support in compliance with the Texas Family Code?
Yes, I have.
And did you calculate child support in this manner?
Yes, I have.
And what were your calculations?
For Mr. Howell's gross income, $1,976. After taxes and healthcare of $56, his net income is $1,673.80. Giving him credit for 2 additional children, his child support should be $268, and medical support $56, both beginning July 1st, 2021. I also calculated retroactive child support from March 29, 2019 to present of $6,210 to be paid out at $82 a month beginning July 1st, 2021.
Your Honor, I had no further questions for this witness.
All right, Ms. Henniger, do you have any questions of Mr. Barrera?
No, sir, I do not.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right,
Thank you,
Ms.
Your
Henniger.
Honor.
Ms. Henniger, since you've already